Hey guys, I just want to take a brief moment to talk to you about an amazing platform called Anchor. It is actually what I use for this podcast and another podcast. And for a while, it was extremely hard for me to find the right host, the right service. And I was browsing everywhere and stumbled across the app. And I've been using it ever since. Anchor really is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. I love it because I put, the episodes together, put them up, upload them there, and it distributes them to everywhere that podcasts can be heard and need to be heard. The ability to do it on my mobile, add things, call-ins, it's all come in handy, when I'm in a bind and can't exactly be at home to record. So, and the best thing is it's free to use. So if you want to start a podcast, if you've thought about it, do it. All you have to do is go to anchor.fm/start. Again, that is anchor.fm/start to join me and the whole community. And I look forward to hearing your podcast.
Hello and welcome back. I hope you're ready for another episode of Tales from Helheim.
Hello everybody, and welcome back. We are happy to say that Tales from Helheim is back in full action and ready to go. So let's begin. Taxi horror. For context, I am a 16-year-old female and live in the big capital of a country that is recovering from a violent history and which is still very dangerous. I am mixed, and since I moved here have been called exotic more than I'd like to say. This is important to the story. Please excuse my English, as it isn't my first language. This happened about 1.5 years ago, when me and my family had just moved here from my very peaceful and rural hometown. I was finishing my day at school late, 6 p.m.-ish, and rain was pouring, so I ran to the public bus station, which was 4 blocks away from my school. When I got there, I was soaked. There was no people around and there were no buses coming soon. I then got the great idea to just make signs at the next cab so they'd take me home. Something no one should do in this city, as it is highly recommended to call a cab service and never get one on the streets, as it is very dangerous, as they usually commit many crimes and the criminal is almost never caught. Every cab that passed was full until one stopped in front of me and I got on. From the moment I stepped foot in this cab, I had a terrible gut feeling, and when I looked at the driver, I felt even less safe. His eyes were red, and his grin as I got on gave me an all-over bad feeling. I told him where I was going without stating my full address, and he started driving, while stating that he loved colored women and that I looked exotic. This was what he had said for almost a whole ride. For the next 20 minutes, he stared at me in the mirror and turned around to look at my body every 2 minutes or so. He didn't mind getting caught. I was obviously uncomfortable, but decided to ignore it because I really just wanted to go home and take a warm shower. Now, to get to my house from the street we were on, he had to turn right on X Street, but when he stopped in front of it at the red light, he turned around, looked at me, and made the most terrifying smile that still haunts me to this day, before going the complete opposite direction of my house and going much faster than was allowed. While he drove, he still had the smile and was looking more at me than the road. I started telling him he was going the wrong way and to please slow down, but he just kept smiling and staring. I kept on trying to stay calm and convince him to let me down, as all the doors were locked. For the next kilometers, I started panicking more and more, raising my voice to the point of screaming at him as loudly as I could, as we were entering a very bad and dangerous neighborhood my parents had warned me about. I started crying as I screamed, and he was seemingly getting stressed by me, so I kept going until he stopped the car, shouted at me, grabbed my wrist to make me look at him. He told me to get the fuck off and pay him an excessive amount of money, which I did because I was too scared to speak at this point. It was dark now, and I was in a really bad neighborhood. So I started walking away really fast in the direction of my house when I heard him scream at me, "Wait! Come back here!" And at that point my mind went blank, and the only thing I could remember was running as fast as I could and then being home crying in the shower. Since then, I have refused to take street cabs and always call taxis or use Uber. I still think often about what would have happened if I hadn't kept trying to stress him out, or if he had caught up to me once I had gotten off. It just goes to show you that nothing in this world is safe anymore. And don't forget to cover up and tuck yourself in, 'cause you never know what's waiting to grab your feet and pull you down as soon as it gets the chance.